So this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Kung Fu Panda 3. I'm giving this one 2 out of 5 stars. I thought it was alright. Now, on second thought, I didn't like it. Seems like it was written for a 5-year-old, and I should preface what I'm about to say by mentioning that I haven't seen the first two movies. I got it. I think I got it for my son about 5 years ago on my Netflix queue, and at that time it wasn't available on DVD, so it just kind of languished for 5 years. I was the one who ended up watching it. My son's no longer interested in Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan is one of the voices in this movie, and that's the reason why I got it. It's also got James Hong, a bunch of star names doing the voices in this one. And it's about a panda bear He's trying to learn the chi. He's trying to teach kung fu. And the arch nemesis, the antagonist, is Kai. Yeah, that's the name of the antagonist. Kai. He looks like a mix between a minotaur and a bull and a dog. I'm not sure what kind of creature this thing is, but anyway, Kai escapes from the spiritual world. He defeats the big mentor. I forget the mentor's name. Anyway, I think it might be Shifu or something. But anyway, he escapes from the netherworld of spirits, collecting chi power along the way, and then he goes to China and starts conquering China all over the place. In the meantime, Po meets his real father. His adopted father is voiced by James Hong, and he meets his real father, Panda Bear. And so they go to the Panda Village, which is kind of a fun place where they teach Panda Bear Sudbury School. Follow your own interests, kind of unique individualism kind of deal, which was the only thing I liked about this movie, honestly. Poe has two fathers. I'm not sure if that's a subtle hint at political correctness for kids who have gay parents, if such a thing exists. I'm assuming it does around here, but I'm not really familiar with all the social upheaval concerning the gay community. So maybe somebody can enlighten me on that. Maybe I'm just being a little bit nitpicky or paranoid or something. Like the Hollywood is trying to brainwash kids with homosexuality. But anyways, maybe I'm just reading too much into the tea leaves. No pun intended. That's what happens when I have too much time on my hands, right? But so Poe is trying to learn Chi and kung fu teaching so that he can beat this Kai character. And that's pretty much the movie. It's pretty dang boring. I had to rewind a bunch of times because the dialogue is so not the way people actually talk to each other. And of course, Jack Black voicing the Poe character just makes him sound like a white dude in China, which is kind of odd. Sort of like David Carradine, I guess. I don't know. Like Grasshopper. So the Panda Bear is the 2016 version of Grasshopper. Somehow I like Kung Fu Bear in this. And I should also mention that I'm not a fan of kids' movie in general. I mean, it really takes a lot of weirdness and Z-grade quality to get me to enjoy a kids' movie. And that's a very rare occasion. I'm sure if you've been watching this channel, probably heard me say it 1,000 times, but I thought I'd say it again in this case this is your first time watching my channel, or your first time watching my review of a kids movie, I should say. And yeah, getting back to the coronavirus. So I did my previous video entirely about the coronavirus. Hardly anything about movies in that video. I wanted to kind of mix things up a little bit just for fun. Not that I like to do it. I don't want to confuse my my fans out there. But on occasion I do. On very rare occasion I do like political economy and current events. And I tried to mention it in my movie reviews also. In my last video I promised to talk a little bit more about the coronavirus in this video for Kung Fu Panda 3. So I'm going to do that. Okay. So after I've wrapped up my my last movie review, I moseyed on down to Trader Joe's at Stonestown on 19th Avenue. I got there a half an hour early. Of course, they changed their hours, just like Safeway. They're trying to put out everything, and it wasn't much. They only had 60% stocked at the store, and fortunately, I found my olive oil. But like I said, I had to wait in line for about a half an hour. Not too bad, but they were only letting 30 in at a time. I was like the 10th one. They kept letting elderly people cut in front. Like discrimination against younger people at the Trader Joe's line. I was 10th one in and the first one out. I just grabbed my olive oil and I was done. All I had to do was stick my debit card in there and I was ready to fry some eggs, which I did. But kind of interesting that Trader Joe's and Safeway are sort of having issues with their stock. uh, Probably Trader Joe's more so than Safeway, and probably Whole Foods more so than Trader Joe's and Safeway. Then after I found something to do, believe it or not, for my actual work from home job, I I helped a coworker and I uploaded some files to Smartsheet. Then then I get off work. I send in my daily recording the work that I actually did, and and then I get ready for my next job. Uh, Delivery driver for online farmers market grocery, local Bay Area company that moved from San Francisco to Oakland recently. Oh, by the way, I took care of my fast track violation notice. They just didn't have my license plate on record, so I got that fixed. Didn't have to pay $30. Only paid $5 for the bridge toll, which is kind of a relief. And oh, then I go to my next job, the delivery driver for groceries. People are looking at me like they see the van. Even the neighbors talking to me about my experience this morning. They said at Whole Foods, people were required to keep a distance while they're waiting in line. So maybe somebody at Whole Foods saw my video and they and they decided to put that rule in effect at the building entrance. Because they were doing the same damn thing. It's like one of them does something and then the other follows suit. But I do know my company had paper towels. I know Trader Joe's didn't have any paper stuff. They, they were saying go to Target for that stuff. But I think I think I got 157 hits in one day for that coronavirus video that I did this morning. But judging by the discussion that I had with my customer's neighbor, I think people were more interested in the empty shelves and the waiting in line at the store than they are about my own personal radical ideology, political opinion, that kind of thing. So I went to another customer. He said they always assume that I'm super busy. And, I'm really not. I'm just having to wait like 2 hours to before my boxes are ready to fill up the van. My boxes of groceries for the customers, and it was my van was filled to the brink. It seemed like I had what was it like five times. Trying to think. like 5 times 12 is what, 60 boxes. And yeah, it was a lot of boxes in that van. It kept tipping over, but fortunately, uh, nothing leaking in the boxes. So I tend to make sharp turns whizzing around San Francisco. And one of the customers just assumed that I was super busy, and that's why I was running late. I kind of played along with it, told him the story of the Stonestown Trader Joe's, and I told him it seemed like business was picking up a little bit because of the shortages at the various brick and mortar groceries. So there was that, and this other customer comes up to my van after I drop off the groceries, pick up all his boxes, brings me another box full of ice packs, and he slips me a $20 bill. And I was in such a hurry to eat dinner and get this movie review, and even deposit it in the bank. I just went straight here. I'll probably end up doing that tomorrow also, if I've got lots of time on my hands. Not get enough work to do. But I just wanted to tell you what happened to me after I did my last video. Got 157 hits in one day, so that was pretty impressive. I was trying to see how many I could get. That's quite a lot for me. Usually I only get like 2 a day when I do a movie review, but I talk about the coronavirus and everybody's interested all of a sudden. Maybe if people just stop talking about that damn coronavirus, it would go away and nobody would pay any attention to it, including the politicians who want to exert their power over the little people. That would be nice. Then I can actually dine in a restaurant. Take my son dining in a restaurant like we always do every Sunday. The dang church caved into the demands of the politicians here, and they closed down the church services, the mass for Sundays. I guess they figure Catholics are interested in watching mass on television, but I don't happen to be one of those. So that was a bummer. I think my son is going to spend the whole day Sunday inside this little bachelor pad of mine here. So, but I do have my work monitor, so he can watch YouTube's on the big screen here. So that'll be good for him. But I think he should get some sunlight, at least go scootering in the park or something. Anyways, it's a sad situation here. They're leaving you with no alternative but to go to the grocery store for entertainment. That's how sad it is. And, I'm catching up on a lot of movies, though, which is kind of a silver lining, I guess. And I finished watching The Fast and the Furious, 1955. That Roger Corman always talks about on the bonus features because he sold the rights to the modern version of the movie by the same name that earned a ton of money, very popular, with Vin Diesel, I guess. I've never seen that one, so I don't know much about it other than it made a ton of money. It was very popular when it came out, I remember working at Best Buy in between jobs selling televisions, and everybody's talking about that movie. But in any case, um, this was not a good flick. I didn't like it. Um, the only good thing I liked about it was the kind of individualism, kind of unique characteristics of each of the panda bears in that village, and the way that Poe was conducting a kind of a Sudbury school where they pursue their own interests to beat up on this Kai character. And the tigress just kind of staring at all of it, looking bewildered, like what the heck is going on. The tigress is voiced by Angelina Jolie, by the way, another white person. So white people galore do the voices, but there is token Asians in this one. Lucy Liu, the hot Chinese babe. Then you've got James Hong, of course, famous movie star from the 1980s, and Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan does the monkey. So there you go. That's about all I'm going to say about this movie. There's not really much else to say. I don't want to look it up, do research on it, because I just like it, like I said. So I'm going to cut this off and not recommend it or post anything in the description box other than the actors' voices names. And I'm not going to say check it out. So that's about it. I'll get on to the Fast and the Furious in a minute. Hang on.